Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm KRADDEN, and with me for a week 6 edition of This or That is Ruben or Trululu, however you know him. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing excellent. My Centurion beanie arrived today. 3 weeks. Oh, not 3 weeks. Sorry, 3 months in the wait that's been. So, Corona really messed with the gamers apparel, but happy to finally have it. How are you doing today, Graden?
I'm doing well. I can't compete with the Centurion one. Everyone knows that Centurion are the best. They've been very specific about that in places like the Trash Talk server. But I've got my VL jersey, and I think I've got a shirt and a jacket coming in. So we'll be seeing those in maybe summer 2023. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to those.
Ideal. One place I can say Centurion aren't the best is the scrim feedback, but we won't get into that. Let's go on to the first question.
Let's go.
Alright, what is the better high noon skin? Aurelia or Senna?
Now,
have you seen either of these in game yet?
I've seen none. My first indication is our two pictures that are in front of us right now. So I'm seeing Aurelia with they're both sort of really oblique angles. You've got what looks like hooks going in from behind Aurelia. Senna's going all really fiery with the yellow eyes. She's ripping out a weapon, and they both look really stylish.
Okay, let me say, when I think of high noon, I'm thinking of like cowboys. I ain't thinking of Aurelia with her swords or blades and all that, right? I'm thinking of these big guns. Facing off, that's why I'm gonna have to vote Senna on this. Aurelia, what gun does she even have? How bad could this look?
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
Like whether you're an old Western fan and thinking of High Noon, you duel when the sun is in the sky, or whether it's like High Noon from Overwatch, and then is it Soldier that runs with McCree?
That's Hanzo, isn't it? Wait.
Okay, we're both just demonstrating how much of
it's
Overwatch.
McCree, obviously. It's McCree.
So on Super Mario, there's this McCree character. That's basically what we've just done to all Overwatch players there. Yeah, so basically Western gun guy is what you picture for High Noon. Senna, it's kind of a futuristic version. You've got the big Healy gun. Aurelia, it's sort of bringing in a samurai aspect to it, and as cool as that is, I'm with you on that one. It's not High Noon. Senna, who is also the best support, is in there as well. Yeah, Senna.
I'll allow you to have that one. On to the next one we go. Alright, what is more frustrating? Kraken spam or coin farming?
I think when you compare the two, Kraken anti-spam is the more annoying. Let's go into that. So coin farming is hilarious. It's basically a measure of how people can differently spam the word coin or the emote coin, or like the F1 masters of memes do, and just replace each letter of coin with a B until it's b. However, that's in a separate channel. It's not in general population. If you want to see people typing coin or counting up to 4 before getting interrupted, you can see that in its own dedicated channel. Kraken anti-spam actually annoys you when you're trying to just post a couple of messages. I actually at one point tried to post a roster for NSK, and while I posted the roster first, I put in a second post just to confirm either subs or OPGG, and then got hit by the Kraken anti-spam and had to go begging for Glenn to remove my penalty as if I was some sort of highwayman in the 17th century. So while coin farming doesn't exist. Coin farming is a giant meme. Kraken anti-spam is the more frustrating one because it's real life.
Yeah, I mean, well, coin farming, I'll be honest, when coins first came out and everyone was spamming general chat, I think I just avoided general chat for like the entire day. And then Big Boss Joycey came in with the smart edit to move it all to one channel. I would prefer it if everyone that said coin, he just searched through it and banned permanently every member from VL that said coin. But I'm so glad it's moved to a channel that I have instantly muted.
Hold on, while this is happening, coin, boom, there we go, 6:15 p.m. on Wednesday. There we go. Just so you can look at it.
All right, Kraken anti-spam. I don't really know. I'm not a spammer myself. I'm not I'm not a bad boy. So I've never been hit with the anti-spam myself. All it's been is like Glenn putting a channel into slow mode, but I don't think that's not Kraken anti-spam. I think that's just a Discord setting. So, as a good honorable member of Valance League, I can't say I've ever been frustrated by Kraken anti-spam, unlike KRADDEN. Whereas
Hell yeah.
coin farming, that affected me for an entire 24 hours. Disaster.
The real
And I'm so-
question is whether we can get coins as like a moddable file in League of Legends, so that instead of dabbing, you just kill someone and a coin pops up like a mastery emoji.
Maybe, yeah, or yeah, an emote, coin emote. Have to message Riot Games for that. VL sponsored coin emote. Make it happen. All right, on to the next one we go. What is more likely to happen? Couchy hits plat, or politicians make meaningful change? Now, I'm gonna go. I don't even think Couchy's gold right now, so I think he may have hit it in preseason, but I think plat's a huge dream for the boy.
Yeah, I'm loving the face paint coming in there and the platinum mastery symbols. I see Couchy because I play more F1 with him than League. I see him as the F1 driver, and I'm trying to imagine him crashing into someone while a Mastery 7 emote appears above his car. And that's just an image for everyone in the F1 community right now. But I can't see him likely hitting plat. The politicians one, I don't normally joke or talk about politics too much. I think politicians do make change, and meaningful is up to the person who is talking about it. Like the big elephant in the room is the issues we've had in America recently with police brutality and marginalization of the black community. But that's one thing you can do to change. You can have equal representation, or you can make it so that cities have toilets in. Like that's another form of change. I'm not going to get into that entire world. This is just this or that. This is not this is not something where I'm going to put down hashtags and a call to arms. If you're invested enough, you know where to find those, and you can act upon your own beliefs there.
Yeah,
I think politicians. Yeah, that's the one. I think meaningful change happens. It's definitely a lot more likely if we go back to the memes than Couchy hitting plat at any point.
Yeah. Yeah. Based on, let me extrapolate some data here. Have politicians ever made meaningful change? Yes. Has Couchy ever hit plat? No.
Boom.
No. Another thing I would note is that this image on the left really reminds me of the girl sitting on the couch with all the guys behind her. So I'll just leave that one up to you. Just imagine Couchy queuing up into a solo queue game with 5 plats. That's what that is. All right. Moving swiftly along from that. What is more likely out of these two? Paradox makes finals, or Z-Man backs up his trash talk? When was this made?
Yeah.
These games already happened.
Like this has got to be 2 or 3 weeks ago, because right now as I record this with Ruben, Paradox are 1 and 4. The only way they're getting finals is if, I will say, 4 teams drop out of Division 1 right now. And they can maybe make Division 2 finals next split, but they're not going to be making finals anytime soon, so that's straight out. Z-Man, he was kind of a cool guy when we tried him out for NSK. Like he was tried him out for Jungle, and then he seemed like a cool addition to Paradox. But since he's been playing recently, he's basically run his mouth off a lot. And the bit that totally got me, like I was crying for days. I lost so much sleep. Basically, my head was in the shed and I was having really depressive, manic episodes. He called Natsuka coin flip team. Sure, we lost game 1 in 20 minutes and then smashed him in the second game. But you don't post that in scrim feedback. That's just ungentlemanly conduct. And Z-Man, he's just been living rent-free in my head for these last few weeks. So I think as soon as that turned into, oh no, never mind, I'm trash, I need to bench myself after getting clapped 0-2 by Plague, then that was much better. I think we can learn a lot more from your perspective on that, though.
I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised you guys were mad about being called a coin flip team. I just laughed if someone did that to me. But yeah, I mean, Z-Man, I don't know what to think about him, because he says a lot of stuff, but I'm like, I know this guy's just joking. Because you know what? The first time I spoke to him in League, I asked if he's British, and he turned into a completely different person. I bet he thought he was going to get the smack down after I said, are you British? And then I was going to start flaming him. Because me as a proud American, you know.
Obviously, got the
yeah.
shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know. But, well, obviously neither of these are very likely. I think this must have been made before Saturday. If I had to revert my mind back to then, I think there was probably no way of PDX making finals. Plague yoinked their best member, so can't really can't make finals without.
Wait, you've got Charmander now.
Yes. Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, we got Charmander. Soon we're taking Z-Man, the second best player on PDX.
Yeah, obviously. And then soon you'll be left with that guy who just runs around screaming like a bird on Quinn.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. But yeah, more likely of these two happening was probably Z-Man backing up his trash talk, because I don't think he'd care. I think he'd just keep trash talking, even if he's on a 0-10 team. Even if he ints every game, I bet he'd love it. So, I'd say that one's more likely. Alright, moving on from this one, we've got the biggest waste of production budget. Valorant League of Legends, or Valorant League Formula 1 2019, the official video game.
Yeah, I like how they've turned. I can't even think who that is. It looks like Vettel, so I'm going to say Vettel on the right. I think they've turned him into Cyclops by putting that bar across his face. So anyone who crashes, it's just going to be that laser. So yeah, bigger waste of production budget. So I think what this means, if we're picking between the two, is which of the two disciplines has more and more like streaming production content at it, only to fall flat and be like really boring. And in the case of F1, I don't think there's ever been a boring race. So no one in F1 will say, I didn't get anything from that race. I might as well have done. I might as well have just spent the afternoon knitting. They might say I regretted it, or in the case of Trav and Charmander after Austria, they might say that didn't happen at all. But at least everyone gets something from every race. There's no one who comes off badly unless you collide with a certain Dane on the last corner in Britain. Moving swiftly on, League of Legends side, I think you can have a few dead rubbers. So you can have all the casters set up. You can have a lot of research done to talk about players, compositions, champions. You can have the streamer come in, play all the good music, have all the slides in the background, have all the merch, have the admins talk in chat, only to see two 20-minute stomps in a row. That doesn't happen in F1, whereas in League, you can just have that on your stream. And I think I'd make it spicier if I knew who was on stream this week for Division 1, but we'll find out later.
I think there's two Div 1 streams, isn't there? I can't remember which one isn't being streamed.
Yeah, we're now at the point of the season where the other divisions just don't matter because they didn't have enough teams, and therefore the fixture list didn't extend this long.
I think Div 3 and 4 have done their finals, haven't they? Or no?
Speaking as someone who entered NSKA's last game, we played our last game on Monday just now, and their finals will, I think, be next week. So that'll be Monday 15th. For the teams that were good enough not to go like 6 deaths in a row while looking for wards. I'm still tilted, don't worry.
I think the reason it's 2 Div 1 streams is because Div 2's in their break week this Thursday.
Yeah, OP nerds have gone 10-0. Yeah, if they're in the break week, then we'll see how much Cloud can back something up next time. League for me.
Yeah, okay, back onto the question. Yeah, the biggest waste of production budget. I mean, there's probably a lot more that goes into League, but even if 1 penny has gone into the F1 budget, it's been absolutely 100% wasted, right? And I'll tell you why. I tried to watch F1 stream. I was so disappointed, right? It's this terrible track. All you see is like, oh, he slipped up a bit on that corner. His lap didn't count. Oh my god, he's going from the soft tires to the super soft tires. Disaster. Or there's like no shortcuts, no power-ups. How are you supposed to overtake people?
Oh my god, you do watch it regularly. I mean, the biggest attraction is none of the tactical stuff, none of the team battles, none of the lap times. It's Qui. Qui started playing F2, and I really want to watch that guy drive. That's what all the content's for. So, yeah, I can't believe you've said that F1 is wasted.
I did. Okay, I'll be honest. I watched it during the pub quiz because I wanted to see Qui cam, but whoever was doing the directed cam never put Qui on, and I just hated that entire stream. I saw one thing of Qui, he was just crashing into something. I was like, this is what I wanted. This is prime content. Everything else was no Qui. Not a fan.
Yeah, Dan, if you're listening, or Travis, if you're listening, DCAM should be Quicam, and fittingly it rhymes.
Exactly. All right, let's go on to what I believe might be the last question. We'll soon find out.
Jesus.
I think this. What is the usual version of my co-host KRADDEN? Is it Craddy Daddy or is it Craddy Baddie?
I'm just gonna be transfixed for several units of time. What the heck are these images? Like, someone has actually gone out of their way to load up an image editing software and actually put this together, and that blows my mind.
I don't even think this is the worst thing we've seen.
Yeah. Like, the clown one's innocent enough, but you have to be pretty invested to do the one on the left. So
yeah.
Let's just stare in wonder at that for a while.
I don't think I want to avert my eyes from that as much as possible. All right, but there's no two versions of KRADDEN from me. There's no caps claps or no craps claps, right? It's always this monstrosity on the left. Craddy Daddy. You know, his team can be 0-12 in game. And he'll be like, all right, guys, what we doing next? Let's group up for drag. Oh, we lost another team fight. Right, let's group up for Baron. Oh, we lost another team fight. Guess we lost the game. But there's never this, what the fuck, guys? Let's just run it down. It's always Daddy Craddy leading his 4 children towards the enemy nexus.
If I ever saw that figure in public with 4 children, I would call the authorities right away. Like,
I mean, either of them, to be honest.
Yeah, the one on the right, maybe at parties, but only like with as long as the party isn't within 200 yards of a school or whatever. Yeah, the Twitter handle is Daddy Craddy, and I try to be Daddy Craddy, but not in that way.
Oh.
And that way you can decide for yourself. Yeah, I think in terms of league, the daddy stuff is my captaincy and shot calling, and the baddie stuff is my mechanics. So yeah, I can't see there being 2 versions. I've got the whole package, and you've just got to accept the whole package for what it is.
Except Craddy Daddy's whole package.
That's something that everyone, I think, can take away from this content.
Yeah, that's KRADDEN's message towards us. Right, I think that question's been answered enough.
Yeah, that's everything for, well, I'm going to say the entirety of my life and several psychological complexes. So if we take a quick gander, we will see that on Thursday the 11th of June, which is tomorrow as I say this, but today as you watch this. If you're on VL1, you'll be watching Plague against Horizon Shadow, 2 of the top 3 contenders. And on VL2, you'll be seeing Vulpine versus Whiffs, who are both in the fight for relegation. Centurion versus NSK will be off screen, but I'm sure you'll be seeing the memes and trash talk shortly enough. Whatever you're watching, whatever you're doing, have a good one.